Welcome back to Pikmin. This is gonna be a Pikmin game. We're trying to get to the end of Pikmin, but I'm not doing a very good job. So there are more treasures, I suppose, than in previous games. I think in Pikmin 1 there's like 30 treasures that you need to get off the planet. One of which is your piggy bank that isn't necessary for getting home. And then there's like a couple others that aren't super. They're kind of they're more necessary than your piggy bank, but they're less necessary than, say, a cockpit, you know? So, anywho, I'll make a long story short in that regard, and say that, like, we are going to collect the remainder of the treasures, however long it takes us, whether it takes us another 5, 10, 15 days. And then, yeah, that'll be that. Mushroom. Anti-hiccup fungus. Interesting. I don't know if it's more common in other places to just pick wild mushrooms. But we have I mean, I don't go out in the woods, mind you, but like, we don't generally have mushrooms just growing in, your backyard that you just pick and eat, You generally, want to only eat the mushrooms that are good for you, the ones that are generally at your local grocery store, not necessarily the ones that are growing underneath a tree somewhere, but what do I know? Gathering up some pickers. A picker, man! Pikmin is what they're called, Christopher. They're not called pickermen. They're called Pikmin. Pikmin. So now that we've collected the treasures, I know I'm missing the one to my direct right, which is the weight. It needs 100 purple Pikmin, which I do not have right now. We will do that at some point off screen, I'm sure. And in addition to all that stuff, there's also a whole nother cave for us to do. And then I believe there's another treasure on this in this area that I need to get. But I have not got yet because I am weird like that. Ultimately, I should have already gotten this treasure at some point just from, walking through this area. But I unfortunately did not defeat the enemy that's holding it. So we'll have to find that enemy and kill it. Send it to the bowels of hell. It appears that I have misplaced some pickermen. They seem to have gotten lost on their way. More than likely right here because they're jerks. Purple and 2 reds. Gotta wait for them to catch up because they're not as fast as me. Despite the fact that I'm Big Boss Chunk. Big Chunky Boss. Chunky. Chunky Boss. Alright, now that we've done it, crack open some eggs here. Dive into the deep den, I guess, instead. Just let those grass Pikmin be grass Pikmin for a little while longer, I guess. Feed them to the eldritch horror that exists in this cavern. I do like how, well, and by I mean kind of weirded out by the fact that, despite the fact that I went down underground, I'm magically above ground again, in what appears to be Sunshine area. So, yeah, that's weird to me. Anyways, this This dungeon is going to be however many levels deep, and I'm going to have to collect the treasure that is likely on each one of these levels. Possibly 2 treasures on each level. Who knows? We'll find out. These guys are so easy. You just toss him, fall him back, he gets baited, he gets murdered by purple Pikmin. They're big chonkers. They are the biggest and heaviest of chonk. They went from in Pikmin 2 being broken to Pikmin 3 being nerfed to hell, and then back to Pikmin 4. I'm told they became big chonker, broken again. Of course, that's provided that what my brother told me is true, because I've not played the Pikmin 3s, the Pikmin 4s. Stuff. Who knows? We'll find out. The first Pikmin game, you were doing it to survive. And every other Pikmin game after that, they're like, nah, that was too serious. I made millions of Nintendo children cry and return their consoles to the GameStop. No. Not even the GameStop. The Toys R Us. They were so mad at Pikmin 1, they returned everything. Returned all their games to Toys R Us. In reality, now we all grew up. We didn't really like the ending, but we all grew up, became bigger, better people after that. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use these white Pikmin to kill this thing without actually having that ball orb eat my white Pikmin. Try to move on my white Pikmin. You stay away from my white Pikmin. They're not yours. They don't belong to you. Here, have some big, bad purple Pikmin. They show you how it's done. Dear Lord, they come. Oh Lord, here they come. I'm sure this haha funny concept of having a big fat cat and calling the cat, oh Lord, he come, you're gonna backfire on people later on. We're gonna look back on it like we look back on the 1930s and 40s cartoons and go, I can't believe they got away with that. That's just blatantly racist. Oh well. So bad. Too bad. So sad, your dad. Yeah, that's also an oldie. That's an oldie right now, let alone an oldie, you know, a year or 10 years from now. Oh Lord, here you come. We're doing great. We're doing great. We're down to 98 Pikmins. We've got another X number of floors to go to. 97 Pikmin. Getting eaten fast, you can tell. 97. Why? Because someone's got a treasure. One of these guys got a fat treasure in their belly. You have a big fatter mush. Oh, come on. That should have killed you. That could have been a big smush. I don't even need big smush. I can use little smush to get rid of these guys. Big smush, little smush. I am sort of grateful that they didn't invest too heavily in any of the following concepts. They did it to a fair margin. More items that require many purple Pikmin to pick up, because let's be honest, we've only had a couple items that have required more than 100 that have weighed more than 100, i.e. required purple Pikmin to pick them up, and couldn't possibly be substituted with blue, red, yellow, or white Pikmin. We've not had too many. I mean, we've had plenty of areas that need dug up using white Pikmin. However, the game thankfully gave me a radar at the beginning of the game So I've never felt like, oh, I really don't know where this fucking thing could be hidden because my white Pikmin refused to dig it up. You know? There's the kiwi. That's the item for this level. Kiwi. The one downside is they seem to be putting more caps on these areas. So in order for me to get through the areas themselves, I have to bring my Pikmin along with me. I can't skirt along the edges and be like, oh, I don't have to worry about that. Guy's Delicacy. That's a pretty good name for a kiwi, considering it's kind of a fuzzy fruit. Doesn't really appear like a normal fruit would appear. But then again, I'm going by the US interpretation of what a fruit is. Most fruits have rinds like bananas, oranges, tangerines, those sort of things. Grapefruit, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, you know, melon. Melons have a shell to them, or a rind, if you will. Or, you know, you have something more like an apple, which is sort of got not a hard crust to it, but it's got like an edible layer to it. You get nuked. He's trying to use his artillery to take me out from his high tower. We ain't gonna let that happen, are we, Pickermans? We're going to ensure that this guy here gets his comeuppance. We're gonna do that by selecting purple Pikmin, tossing our Pikmin up there to, I guess I need yellow Pikmin instead. What am I saying? Purple Pikmin. I'm dumping the non-yellows because I need them for throwing. Alright, yellow Pikmin away! No, don't eat my Pikmin! Stop it! Bad! You ate my Pikmins. I'm mad now. I wish I would have killed you instead. Even though I would have gotten bombed by the bomber. I will make you all pay with my purple Pikmin. They shall slap you with their big fat rear and smush you like this. Get eaten. One of the things to remember about the artillery guy, that he does revive after so long, so I need to kind of move. Or I need to send yellow Pikmin up to pick his ass up and send him back to hell. Right, there's a pencil sharpener. Need to pick up the pencil. We'll have a complete set. A manual honer. Fair enough. Alright, as soon as you collect those two things, we'll jump straight to the next level. Sounds like fun, right? It's a Nintendo 64 pencil. Even though this game was firmly grasped it firmly on the GameCube. Both this and the original. A big N64 pencil. I suppose an N64 pencil at this point would be essentially have no eraser and would be near the end of its life cycle, as you're sharpening not only the normal side, but you're now sharpening the end side of the pencil as well. It's fair. I mean, if you happen to have one of them little manual erasers that I'm not gonna say everybody has, but a lot of people would carry these little, particularly see them in anime, because you see a lot of people playing like games with their erasers, I guess, like a football style game. But anyways, my point. Yeah, then you could take the pencil. Maybe it doesn't have an eraser end. Maybe it does. I don't know. And then from there, what you do is you just sharpen both ends of the pencil. So while you're taking your standardized test or your writing exam or whatever, instead of having like 3 or 4 pencils that are all sharp, lined up, you have you have 1 or 2 pencils, but you've sharpened them on both ends, so it equals two for 1 in other words. So you have 2 pencils, that's 4 pencils, you know. Double the pencil, double the fun, right? Double mint gum, you know, the commercial that no one knows about because that was like probably a 60s, 70s, 80s, definitely still a thing in the 90s, and just sort of, oof, gone. You're gonna buy gum, you're gonna buy gum. You already know what double mint gum is, or maybe it doesn't exist anymore. Hard to say. The gums that I remember people being advertisements like double mint gum and Yike Stripes gum and Big Red. Those are all the things of the past. Now it's all about the little like Nicorette gum looking, you know, tacks that are hidden inside like literally they look like medicine. I mean, that's how you know, the little tabs that are about, I don't know, let's say I don't know, 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch or something. And oh, I fucking hate these guys so much. This is gonna suck. Unless of course purple Pikmin pull my weight. Cause like these guys can literally just flatten everything. Or they could pick up all my purple Pikmin, which they almost did. I thought they had done. Pick them up, go like this, give them a good old bull, you know, or a horse, you know, where they try to buck you off. Try to buck you off there, and then send all my Pikmin into that hole there, you know, between the 2 slots, which equals instant death. Which is hilarious because sometimes I've seen situations where enemies will accidentally fall off the edge of the path, and then by doing so, you shoot a rocket here. Thanks. That's what I wanted. I've seen. That's what I want. This is what I want. I want them to butt bomb him, causing stun, allowing me to basically murderize these guys. What am I trying to say? I've seen situations where I've dropped guys into the pit, like they've fallen off the edge accidentally, and they've counted as being dead. Okay, and I've also seen other instances where they've fallen off and respawned right in the exact same spot they fell off. You know, like say 2 inches actually on land where they fell off from. And that's bullshit. I don't get my fucking Pikmin back. If I throw them in the pit, they're dead. If they walk off the edge, they are dead. I don't get a redo. Also, this is a hilarious fish thing. Luckily, I had perfectly timed or perfectly aimed my Pikmin in such a way that I managed to not only kill the beetle, but I also killed the slug, not slug, whatever you call this thing. One kind of is like a ladybug, and the other one's kind of like a caterpillar. Yes. Nice try. Somehow all my Pikmin survived that. I'm not sure how. One definitely should have been smushed. Run over, if you will. Oh, I'm taking a look around. Oh yeah, this is definitely a this is just a this is a redo of a level we did before with a bunch of bombs that either drop down from the ceiling or on the floor or carried by spiders. They just took the same level. They said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna slap some new enemies in here and we're gonna make this new." Hey, what happened to my purple Pikmin? Are you taking something back to the thing again? You guys are jerks. Told you, I did not instruct you to pick those guys up. You're trying to be helpful while you're waiting for me to come back, but like, I don't like to come back to what I thought was a pile of like 10 Pikmin, only to find that there's no Pikmin left. Like, there's only 2 left in the pile. Like, did they get eaten? Did they get smushed? Why do I only have 2 left? Etc. Please do not get run over. Thank you very much. See that one? That Pikmin I threw off the edge accidentally? That one right there as well. He fell off the edge because he was on top of the beetle. Dead. So I don't get it back. I don't get it. It doesn't respawn for me. It's dead. Rude. What it is, very rude. Now I need to go get some white Pikmin so they can do the rest of the work. Fine, I don't think they'll fall off the edge here by following me. So, just want to make sure we've got some white Pikmin, get rid of the poison, go from there. Let's BS here to get around. For like 1 or 2 white Pikmin that I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, looks like I still have all 5 of my white Pikmin left, so never mind. Take the coin back to base, thank you. I will patiently wait by this hole here for your inevitable victory. Nope, not dealing with that. I'm not doing it. You think I'm gonna do it? I'm not. Think I'm gonna do it? Think I'm gonna chance it? Nope. I did lose a couple Pikmin there for my stupidity. I'll teach me. Go poking my nose where it doesn't belong. I'm gonna go get revenge now. Excuse me. Okay, I'm not gonna get revenge. These guys are these guys are assholes. My coworkers are a lot of my coworkers, I should say, are sort of a type of I don't know if they're not really rednecks. They're like, I don't like pro-America nationalists, which I could be. I'm very pro-American. I mean, I'm not anti-American by any stretch of imagination. I'm not like, oh, this country is so terrible. Because there are worse places to live in this world than the United States, okay? Does the country have problems? Yes. Does every other country have problems? Yes. There are problems sort of minuscule in comparison to, say, like, I don't know, any nation that's being run by, like, an authoritarian government or an oligarchy. I don't know. Anywho. But, like, so one of my coworkers found this thing where they go, what do you think of, I don't remember, it's like, what do you think about China? And it's like, America, don't listen to China. China is asshole. So now that's become the go-to phrase at work is China is asshole. The China asshole, kinda. But they're assholes like, you know, two competing companies are assholes, you know. You know, they're both trying to compete to be the best. And in some ways, they're trying to project their power both economically, militarily, friendship, you know, allies-wise. But at the same time, like, some of it's also, like, fake bolstering about, you know, the nature of how good they truly are or whatever. I don't know. You know. Bye-bye, Red Pikmin. You don't get to come back. Alright, looks like we got a fat old bulb over here. The goal, though, is to take out the fire areas because I don't want my Pikmins to get lit on fire. Okay. That's okay. We're okay with that. I'm not really okay with it because I don't like when my Pikmin go from being strong flower Pikmin to weak ass other Pikmin, but that's okay. Yes, and I do want them, if they're gonna buck my red Pikmin, I want them to throw them like that and not throw them into the pit, which I've had happen in the past where they'll start facing the wrong direction, and it'll also happen to be the direction of a pit instead of the direction of the ground, and just like oh yeah, hey, not the guy who's dangerous because you're using red Pikmin against fire enemies that they're immune against. No, it's the fact that they get bucked into the endless void. Oh, so I gotta kind of play this kind of close, because otherwise these guys are all giddy. Not sure what the AoE is for that. He gets to sleep while I'm like fighting fire over here. Did not hear the horn either there. That's fine. This guy's gonna cause use so I can tell. Hi, remember me? Oh yeah, hey, yeah. You were all pro blowing the shit out of my guy, you know, blowing the flowers off my guys until all of a sudden I broke you down, then all of a sudden you're not super happy about that. Why is that? Is it because you are asshole? You are asshole and need to die? I'm going to turn you into crab ragoon. Yep. Well, luckily he tossed the red pick back.